Welcome to Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast, the podcast that empowers you to turn your dreams into reality using the law of attraction. I'm your host, Papi DiNuzzo, and together we'll dive into the mindset, strategies, and energy shifts you need to create the life you've always envisioned. Whether it's health, wealth, happiness, love, relationships, or spirituality. Inspired by my transformative book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine, each episode brings you practical tools, inspiring stories, and bold insights to unlock your limitless potential. Get ready to manifest your greatness, and let's dive in.
Namaste. This is Mikey. Thank you for listening to the Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast with manifestation mindset coach Papi DiNuzzo. Before we begin, just a quick reminder, if you're looking for a motivational speaker for your company, book Papi to speak. He's a successful entrepreneur and a best-selling author, and he offers to speak for free to your nonprofit. He delivers such a powerful message of hope, inspiration, and love for ourselves and for our fellow brothers and sisters. Also, just recently, Papi told me that we passed over 750,000 followers on social media. That is so exciting. Congratulations, Papi. That's awesome. He's building this great community of like-minded people online. And if you're not already following him on social media, I highly encourage you to go to TikTok, where he has these awesome inspirational videos, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. He posts some really, really great uplifting, positive content. And while you're online, don't forget to sign up for Papi's free 7-day Manifesting Challenge online coaching course. Just head over to his website at papimindsetcoach.com. That's PAPI, mindsetcoach.com. All you have to do is enter your first and your last name and your email address, and then you'll begin to access this life-changing wisdom and knowledge. So let's go down to Papi to set the table. Good morning, Papi. Namaste.
Good morning, Mikey. Namaste. Yes, that's a wonderful milestone. Thank you for mentioning that we just passed 750,000 followers on social media. And I want to thank you, Mikey, for all the hard work you put into the show for today to make it what it is. I'm going to thank Kim as well. Thank you so much, Kim, for all the hard work that you put in to make the show what it is. So thank you so much, our wonderful audience. Namaste. Namaste. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. I want to thank you so much. I want to congratulate you on the greatest day of your life. Congratulations on the greatest day of your life, my fellow brothers and sisters. It can be no other way. It can be no other way. All we have is the present. All we have is the present. It came up a little while ago, Mikey. I was talking to one of our fellow brothers and sisters, and some of these things, some of these causes may seem as a matter of semantics or nuances, but my fellow brothers and sisters, we are manifesting as much passively, and I would call it naturally, as we are actively. So I teach you a lot of points, a lot of teaching techniques. It could be through affirmations, intentions, prayers, and they are all to get you to your highest launch point possible, in the greatest, highest state possible. Most of our brothers and sisters, Mikey, the reason they're not manifesting anything they can imagine into their life, health, wealth, love, happiness, relationships, experiences, spirituality, is because they're blocking it from coming into their life. They're blocking it. So no matter what it is, if you think of it active, all the teaching techniques I give you, holding your hand, walking elbow in elbow, leveling you up, is to get you in the highest launch point possible. The ideal launch point is a state of love. You're vibrating at a wonderful, wonderful high level in a state of love, loving yourself, loving your fellow brothers and sisters. But what's happening is a lot of our fellow brothers and sisters, in fact, the majority of them who are not manifesting anything they can imagine, are blocking the gifts that are on their way to them because they're in a state of fear, worry, anxiety, doubt. You will never manifest anything you can imagine. So the point, one of the main points I want to make today, my fellow brothers and sisters, this is equally not about going out and doing hard work, what I would call working on this actively on your morning waking ritual, on your sleeping ritual, writing out 333 affirmations throughout the day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 in the evening, giving gratitude, however you like doing that, journaling, verbalize, however you like doing it. the active components to manifesting, but also the passive. And I would, instead of calling them passive, I would refer to that as natural, being in a natural state of harmony, alignment, and flow. And this will come to you. So, my fellow brothers and sisters, I want to congratulate you on the greatest day of your life. There is a bounty that is ready, willing, and able to come into your life beyond your wildest imagination. I love you dearly. I suggest you with all of my heart, and all I do is offer suggestions to open, stop blocking, count your blessings, count your blessings. Most of our fellow brothers and sisters, Mikey, unfortunately, are counting their complaints throughout the day and not their blessings. So, what do we think? And I'm saying to passively, naturally let this flow through. My fellow brothers and sisters, if you count 100 complaints, if you offer up and verbalize and think of 100 complaints throughout the day, and you offer up and think of and verbalize 0 blessings, you count 0 blessings, what do you think is going to come into your life? Stop blocking your success. Open yourself up. Open yourself up. And that stream, I refer to as a stream that's right next to you that you can just get into with your little boat or canoe or inner tube, whatever you like, and it will do the super majority of the work, but it cannot move in the right direction if you're blocking it. My fellow brothers and sisters, I come to you from a perspective of love. This is all about love. If I sum up my message in one word, it's a message of love. It's a message of love. I come to you and I only offer suggestions. That's all I do. Every presentation, every speech, every podcast, everything that I do, I'm only offering suggestions, and I offer them to you for your subconscious mind to consider them. I come from a perspective of 0% religion, 0% religion, 100% spirituality. As you learn more about this, you can become fascinated about what goes on inside of your body, sort of from a 3D perspective. That is all regarding neuroscience and neuroscientists. There's geniuses who study this, and it's taken thousands and thousands of years. But the scientific community is starting to at least make some progress, and I'm very, very happy to see that. When you get immediately outside of your body, you're getting into the world of quantum physics that explains this, and quantum physicists study that. Geniuses, again, who study it, and they're becoming more and more in tune, more and more amazed at how this universe works, how this entire universe, galaxies, this tiny little planet we're on, how everything works. Where I'm coming from is an area much larger than just inside of you with neuroscience, much larger than quantum physics, spirituality, universal law of divine oneness, the universal law of all is in one and one is in all, the universal law that all energy, all life, all matter was created by the creator of all. And this has nothing to do with religion, has 100% to do with spirituality and 100% to do with energy. That the creator of all created this at the inception of all. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Life, as in your life, can neither be created nor destroyed. I talk about Buddha all the time, who recalled over 500 lives that he lived in this dimension. He came into form, went through form, and went out of form and transitioned over 500 times. That's the greatest news I can give you, my fellow brothers and sisters. There is no end to your life. There is no end to your life. You cannot destroy life. No end to your life. You are an ethereal, eternal, endless spiritual being having a limited physical experience. You are the finite in your physical 3D element. You are the finite for the infinite, as in the creator of all, to experience itself and to perpetuate this universal law of increase and continue to increase and grow, express, expand, increase and grow. You came here, my fellow brother and sister, love yourself, love your fellow brothers and sisters and do no harm. You certainly came here to perpetuate no evil. You certainly came here for that as well. And equally important, you came here to create. Manifest is just a fancy word for create. You came here to create. So I'm so excited about today's show as always. I love it, my fellow brothers and sisters, bonding with you. I get responses all the time from anything I do, even on Zoom, things that aren't live, and positive comments from continents across the globe. Pappy, I felt it. Your subconscious mind was in communication with mine. I heard it. I felt it. I felt it on my skin. I felt it inside of me. Something warm was coming up into and flowing through me when I heard this message. And I am just the messenger, my fellow brothers and sisters. We're all at different levels of consciousness. We never, ever, ever judge a fellow brother and sister, but I am very good at activating and being a catalyst. And that's what I am here for, is to do everything I can to move you up what I call the ladder, LADDER, the ladder of consciousness. And we don't judge anyone, but I'm here to make you and teach you to be the best version of yourself. So thanks again, Mikey, for putting together a wonderful, wonderful show. And thank you again, Kim. Thank you, my two wonderful sisters. Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah, I love the concept of the neuroscience and the quantum physics. I've been learning a lot more about it, but I also love the simplicity of your example of, um, how you, like, when you're being creative and when you're manifesting, to just let it flow, and, like, part of it is, like, I picture you, like you said, in your little canoe and you're rowing and stuff, and, we're so fortunate to live right by a river, and in the summertime, we go, on the boat, and it's like, you just park the boat there, and the next thing you know, you're, like, 500 yards from where you started. So, like, with manifesting, it's like, don't drop your anchor. Just let it flow through you, and I think it's a simple example of manifesting. So I love that, and I love opening the show like that. So thank you for that. Um, and recently you were a guest speaker on another successful podcast. Can you share that experience with us, please?
Yes, Mike, I was on a great podcast, and these are all learning experiences for me as well. And I love sharing them with the audience because one of the most common things I run into, Mikey, is when coaching or having conversation with our fellow brothers and sisters, they feel unjustly entirely too isolated. They feel as though they're all by themselves, they're all alone. They're the only fellow brother and sister on earth who are having the challenge that they are. And that is not the case. That is not the case. Oftentimes, they're giving other fellow brothers and sisters a lot more credit than they should, so to speak, thinking, oh, that person's better than me. They're smarter than me. They went to a better college. They were raised in a better family. They had more money. That's why I can't. And that is one of the biggest things I'm here to dispel, Mikey. This message, my message, the reason I came here, the reason I was sent here is that this message that the kingdom lives within you, that the kingdom of heaven lives within you, that you possess the keys to the kingdom. This is what I came here. This is why I was sent here, to teach this message. And I offer it with love to you, and I offer with suggestions. And it was just another reminder, Mikey. I was on a very successful podcast with entrepreneurs. And even a lot of these entrepreneurs, or a lot of our brothers and sisters, would think, oh, these are successful business owners, entrepreneurs. They've got it all together. They're going through the same exact challenges. I just spoke a couple weeks ago, Mikey, at the event that you helped me with in Orlando, Florida, at the Manifesting Summit. And then you helped me, and Kim helped both of those days, obviously, for the mastermind the day after. And there was a woman there, and I won't mention the profession, but she had a very nice separate engagement the day before, and she came to the mastermind the day after. And I won't mention the profession that she's in, but you would expect that these individuals, these brothers and sisters, are the most successful on earth. She says, Pappy, I need you to come in and talk to my group. I need you to come in and talk to them. I'm providing consulting services to them. And the way she phrased it, these were her words, that a lot of them feel, even though as successful as they are, that they have an imposter system, that they have an imposter syndrome, that they don't feel either worried or justified, or that they're that good, etc. So it gets into what we were talking about to start off with, Mikey. Us, our fellow brothers and sisters, blocking this wonderful natural gift, this bounty that's in front of them coming towards them. So that's one of the things that I speak to an awful lot. So thank you for that great reminder, Mikey, about that recent experience.
Oh, absolutely. Um, and Hub, you love to share your knowledge with everyone and you love to do it for free. And one of the things that you do is that you send out a weekly email to everyone on your mailing list with 2 concepts to live by every week, just kind of reminding us, that repetition is your key to manifesting success. And what I love about it is a lot of times my inbox is filled with ads and negativity and spam. But when I see that email come across, I know it's going to be something positive and uplifting. And thank you so much for that reminder because it's such a great reminder to dive into it and just read it and learn something about it. So, which one are you sharing with us today?
Yeah, so concepts to live by. Thank you, Mikey. So, yeah, just for the audience so they can understand, I have sort of a dual mandate. My main mandate, my primary target audience is the over 4 billion of our fellow brothers and sisters who are living off of less than $5 per day. That's where my mind, my heart, my soul, my subconscious mind, universal subconscious mind, everything is focused on. And to complement that, there needs to be fuel to go into the engine to be able to provide free courses, free books, free classes, support, etc. So there's a dual mandate, but that's my primary mandate is to help our 4 billion plus fellow brothers and sisters. And what I do from the business end is to bring fuel in and especially to bring brothers and sisters in who are like-minded to help support my charity, the 501(c)(3), which is focused on helping our brothers and sisters in needs across all 6 continents that we focus on across planet Earth. On a recent concept to live by that we sent out, it was titled Higher Faculties. These higher faculties are very interesting, Mikey. As you know, Mikey, I like to develop acronyms. I learned that way years ago. I went to school. I got my degree and a couple master's degrees and different things. I got some designations. But it always helped me to have an acronym for the first letter in a word to help remember it. And for higher faculties, I created years ago WHIPRIM, WIPRIM, will, imagination, perception, reason, intuition, and memory. And these are faculties, Mikey, that only we as human beings have. And I just suggest to our fellow brothers and sisters to pay attention to these wonderful faculties that no other mammal, nothing else on earth has other than ourselves. Will is very important as far as persistence and perseverance. Ancient Ascended Master Counsel reminds me all the time, Papi, yes, anyone can manifest anything and it can happen the first time. But oftentimes, because of limiting beliefs we're talking about earlier, Mikey, in the show, in the podcast, it takes a while to get these bad habits out, to clean up these limiting beliefs. And what I started off the show talking about, to stop blocking yourself from success. So will is very important. Intuition is at the very top of the list. That's your connection to your subconscious mind. Perception is extraordinarily important. Reason is one of the most important things that your conscious mind. I talk about the dome on top of your bowl. The bowl is the subconscious mind. The dome on top is identifying your want, which is the seed, SEED, the seed of your goal. So that is one of the most important purposes for your conscious mind, to identify what you want and turn it into a desire that grows into your goal. And that is very important to reason that. And also your reason helps tremendously, is the number one tool for blocking and canceling all of the negativity that's coming towards you all day long. The most powerful force on earth is auto suggestions, suggestions from yourself to yourself, but equally positive are suggestions that the television, your computer, your smartphone, your fellow brothers and sisters, family members, peers, coworkers, whoever, state and suggest to you that you do not cancel, reject. If someone states something that you're going to fail at something because of, and you don't cancel, reject that, your subconscious mind hears it and says, I've been directed. Mikey's the queen. Kim's the queen. Pappy's the king. We're all the ruler of our subconscious mind. I'm taking action on it to make that happen. So will, imagination, perception, reason, intuition, and memory. And I flipped imagination and intuition, but imagination after our thoughts is right up. It's in a tie with our thoughts. I always look at up above our head imagination, ideas, and thoughts. That is where everything starts. And then our feelings and emotions, when added to that, are the secret sauce that deposit that into our subconscious mind. And we have started the manifestation process. It is in full swing. So thank you so much, Mikey, for reminding me of that wonderful recent concept to live by.
Thank you for explaining that to us. And thank you so much for those weekly emails because they really are interesting. And also, they explain so much. But in order to manifest, you have to take action. Like you have to do something. And so that's why I love the coaching tip that you give us to manifest the law of attraction. And I know you have a great one lined up for us today.
Yeah, Mikey, thank you so much for the pro that you are bringing actions in. So I talk about TFAs, thoughts, feelings, and action. So it starts with our thoughts, and that's imagination, that's ideas and thoughts. And then next is our feelings and emotions. So TFA, thoughts, feelings, and action. And then third, my fellow brothers and sisters, I say you get to, you don't have to do anything, you get to perform efficient, inspired, joyful action. Efficient action that is full of emotion, that's joyful and inspired. And I was talking earlier, Mikey, about the procrastination, about blocking. And I want to remind our fellow brothers and sisters, when I was talking to that successful group that I mentioned earlier today in the podcast, there's a degree of procrastination, which is one of the largest items to identify that blocks successful manifestation. And very simply, I just want you to start from where you're at today. Do not overthink this. Start from where you're at today and you go through the process that I talk about over and over. And I want you to think about you're always aiming for your faith 10x goal, your big goal. And it could be for your intentions and prayers throughout the day as well. Those are your three most important experiences. It could be 4, 5, or 6. And then your mini experiences, we handle those with intentions, stating our intentions throughout the day. But I'm making this clear to just think about your big faith 10x goal, where your faith meets belief, where it's hand in hand, where you are co-creating with source energy, the belief in source, the faith in yourself, to bring that together, since you are an extension of source energy, to co-create. And I want you to think sort of about like aiming for the North Star, aiming for 12 noon on a watch, on a clock, on a wristwatch, aiming for 12 noon, straight ahead, straight above. And don't worry, you are so loved beyond your wildest comprehension, my fellow brothers and sisters. If you think your best faith 10x goal is straight at 12 noon, you will see that when it's delivered to you, it may be at 12 noon, but sometimes it's over to the right a little bit to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Sometimes it's over to the left a little bit till 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Source will provide the greatest answer to you at the greatest time it is to be delivered. As long as you clear this out and get your blockage out of the way, and you launch from the highest launch point, from a positive attitude, a positive vibration, and that's all with the affirmations, intention, and prayers that I teach you are all about. So start from where you're at today. Spend time as I teach you. We're not going into that today, on identifying what you want, going through all your goals for health, wealth, love, etc. Identify the one that's going to knock over the most dominoes and give you the most success in your life, and just get started. Just get started today. Start to work on it. Start from where you're at today. So thank you, Mikey. That's a wonderful topic, and that's a great teaching point, my fellow brothers and sisters. I would suggest you to go back and to revisit that one. It's very powerful.
That one is a powerful one because, so many people get caught up on the I'll start Monday or I'll start next week. And there's really just no perfect time. You just have to do it right now. Like you say, the present is a gift. There's times where you just you don't feel like doing something. You can't listen to your feelings, like you say. You just have to go and do it. And you also say, like, what is it? You say 80% progress is still an A plus.
Yes.
So just get out there,
Yes.
do it, and do the best that you can. And then when you're finished with it, give yourself an affirmation. Like I like to think of an affirmation as a pat on the back, like I am so happy and grateful now that I got started. I'm so happy and grateful now that I finished this task at hand that I didn't feel like doing. Those are all great things that you teach us, that you're trying to get across to all of us. And so I just love that we have this opportunity to listen to you. And I know that, like I said, I think of an affirmation as a pat on the back. And I know that you have an affirmation that you use every day. So what's the one you're sharing today?
Yeah, Mike, I'm sharing another one of my favorites today that I have in the back of my book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. I have pages and pages in the back of affirmations that I say on a regular basis. So the affirmation I would like to share today, Mikey, is I am so happy and grateful now that in my burning desire and wishes to succeed and manifest, that I spend my leisure hours contemplating my vision and my goal and remain in earnest appreciation and gratitude as the reality is being given and delivered to me. So my fellow brothers and sisters, I'll unpack this just a little bit for you. I teach you, we always start off our affirmations, I am, and I always spell am, capital A, capital M, recognizing the God force that's inside of you. You have a perfect spirit. You have perfect spiritual DNA. And most importantly, you possess a perfect spiritual spark, exactly the same as source, exactly the same as source. That is how you're an extension of source energy. So we say, I'm so happy. This is an emotion built right in, a very high emotion, and grateful. My fellow brothers and sisters, when you give gratitude, I want you to give gratitude at the highest level, highest vibration possible. When you give gratitude, gratitude vibrates at exactly the same level of abundance. The higher, greater vibration when you're giving gratitude, the higher, greater level of abundance that's on its way to you. So I am so happy and grateful now that in my burning desire, what am I telling you again here, brothers and sisters? Emotions. Apply emotion, feelings and emotions. In my burning desires and wishes to succeed and manifest is just a fancy word for create. That's what you came here for, to create, express, expand, increase, grow, and create. I spend my leisure hours. So my fellow brothers and sisters, one of the questions I get when anyone first starts off is, Papi, how much longer is this going to take me every day? How much extra time am I going to have to devote to working on manifesting anything I can imagine? My fellow brothers and sisters, a very simple answer is zero. Zero. When you start to eliminate all the time that you're spending in fear and worry and doubt and anxiety and anger and jealousy and greed and all these low vibrations, it's just like like just the chains are popping off of you that have been holding you down and keeping you down. You are going to have net extra time in your day once you eliminate these low vibration, low frequency, bad habits and get on this pathway. And it is best to have what I call spaced repetition. So throughout the day, you've got as often as you can, you're not obsessing over it, but just as often as you can, you write out affirmations 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the afternoon, 3 times in the evening. You're saying some intentions throughout the day. You're focused on your most important tasks. And it could just be 3 most important tasks. It's not an overwhelming number. And you'll start to separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak, because you'll start to say, these are my most important experiences for today that I'm going to get done. Kim and I were talking a lot. I found something I sent out to some of the Papi Inner Circle folks about a signal to noise ratio. I've been all about the signal. My signal ratio of my entire life has been extraordinarily high. This will be analogous to your most important experiences and accomplishing them, not getting waylaid and subverted by all the noise around you. What I say earlier with the higher faculties, will, as far as your persistence and your perseverance to stay focused on accomplishing your most important experiences every day. And you're focused on your goal and you remain in earnest appreciation. I cannot ever overemphasize how important it is to be appreciative, thankful, and grateful as this reality is being given and delivered to you. And the final part, I tell you, my fellow brothers and sisters, always give gratitude as if your Faith 10X goal, your most important experience, your intention, whatever it is already been received by you in this 3D world. When you give genuine, humble, authentic authentic gratitude from a humble place in your heart to this universe, it is on its way to you because you're vibrating exactly the same level of abundance And whatever you send out for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's coming back to you. It's on its way to being delivered to you. So thank you so much, Mikey, for picking out a wonderful affirmation today. That's beautiful. That's just vibrating. Just as I'm saying it here, just a wonderful vibration. Thank you.
No, that is so true what you said too about the noise and the signal because like the noise, like I'm probably showing my age here, but the noise is like the static on the AM FM radio that you used to have in your car. And you really have to just turn that dial and tune into your frequency in order to, get all that noise out and to get the signal to come through to you to have a clear,
Yes.
signal, a frequency. So that's a really good example. I love your examples. Um, so we've come to the part of the show where we get to ask Pappy a question. And if you have a manifesting question for Pappy, please just go to his website and click on the Ask Pappy link to submit your question. And today, one of our listeners would like to know, is manifestation a belief and a full embodiment concept?
Mike, and this question is sort of related to one of the things that comes up when we're talking about manifesting that you can imagine through the law of attraction is a word that the listeners have probably heard of, woo, the woo word. Woo is something woo. Is it in that category? And I would suggest that, as anyone who's heard me talk a number of times, that manifesting, creating, as I've even said once or twice on our podcast already today, is in a tie for the number one reason why you came here to planet Earth, why you incarnated into this life. You came here to create, to further express, expand, increase, and grow. So I just want you to start to think of manifestation and creating as just being as normal as looking at your face, your nose, your teeth, whatever it is, your body, just looking at you, just being as normal as can be, and accepting it. I say, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl pants on, and step into this wonder and gift and talent and love and ability that you've been given. My fellow brothers and sisters, there is a bounty in front of you that's larger than you can ever imagine. And that's what I'm here for, to teach you and coach you and level you up. But Mikey, manifestation is at the very top of this entire universe, tied directly into the law of consciousness, universal law of energy, universal law of divine oneness, of cause and effect, also referred to law of karma, to everything that makes this universe work, Mikey. So this, I want to think, help our fellow brothers and sisters accept this and remove anything, any doubt that they are worthy, and that and be 100% convinced in their heart of hearts that they have all the tools that they need within them. They were sent here with, you came here with, to be able to manifest anything you can imagine.
For that answer, Pappy. I know you have a book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. I know you can, it's a audio copy as well as a physical copy. I prefer the physical copy, but regardless of what you decide you want to listen to, or if you want to read it, it's just so important to listen or read a page a day, like you said. And a lot of the things that you can concentrate on is just the beginning of every chapter because there are quotes there. And the quote that I love the best are the ones that come through from the universe into you, and you write that down for us. And you have a quote lined up for chapter 4 today.
Yes, thank you, Mikey. This is a wonderful quote. I love the quotes in the book from myself and also from my fellow brothers and sisters on the Table of Humanity. The quote from chapter 4, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. My fellow brothers and sisters, you do not live in a zero-sum world. Quite the contrary. You live in a thought world within a perfect and infinite thought universe filled with unlimited abundance. The thought universe you live in was filled for your enjoyment by universal intelligence, by the source of all, with infinite wisdom, love, life, abundance, joy, and harmony. It's all out there, my fellow brothers and sisters. If you just extend your arm right now, if you're right-handed, extend your right arm. If you're left-handed, extend your left arm. It's within your grasp from where you're standing right now. You don't need to grow anymore. You don't need any other tools or vehicle or equipment. You can reach this and grab this. If you can think it in your mind, if you can think it in your mind, you can and will hold it in your hand. It's right in front of you, my fellow brothers and sisters.
I love those 2 words, unlimited abundance. Just because one person is successful doesn't mean the universe is gonna take something away from you. The universe doesn't play musical chairs. Somebody's not gonna be left out. There's enough love and success for everyone. So I think that's a wonderful quote to end the show with. And as a reminder, I just wanna remind everyone to sign up for Papi's free 7-day manifesting challenge online coaching course at papimindsetcoach.com. That's PAPI mindsetcoach.com, where you'll find the link at the upper right-hand side of the landing page. Papi, I know you have a closing for us today.
Yes, Mike, I'm always so happy every time we get together again. Thank you so much to you, Mikey. Thank you so much, Kim. I couldn't do this without both you. Thank you. Do such a great job. And I just want to thank equally as well, thank all of our wonderful fellow brothers and sisters for joining us today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy and so very grateful for each and every one of you. As we sign off today, I want to send you love, light, truth, and goodness, awakening, inner knowing, and remembrance. I want to send you, my fellow brothers and sisters, my positive energy this moment in time for a grand awakening and a grand remembrance. We're all on this journey together. Thank you so much for supporting us. And thank you so much for letting everyone at Papi Mindset Coach be here for you, to support you, and for you to lean on us anytime you need it. Until we meet again, I send you love and blessings, my fellow brothers and sisters. Love and blessings. Namaste. Thank you so much.
That's a wrap for this episode of Manifest Anything You Can Imagine podcast. Keep those dreams big and your mindset unstoppable. Take one step today toward the life you're manifesting, because you can create anything you imagine. If you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Visit papimindsetcoach.com for more resources, and follow us at Papi Mindset Coach on social platforms for daily inspiration. If you love this episode, share it with someone ready to transform their life. Until next time, stay focused, stay positive, and keep on manifesting your best life. See you soon.